fucking squids. I already have a kill. Can they step it up, please? Like, I already have a kill.
Like how? How am I getting jumped by Hulk and Thing? Both tanks are focused on healers.
Oh.
All right, so you said there's no. Okay, it should work now. Let me know. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Man, I can't wait to learn more about tech so I don't have to like worry about this. I can just instantly fix it. Okay, let me see. Let me let them boys know I'm in. Testing 1 2 1 2. There's so much I gotta fix, bro. There's always something when I start streaming, and it's still not perfect. There's still my sound. I just heard it. You can hear like a spike. I don't know why I keep hearing that. My friend sent me a video. I'm gonna look at it afterwards and try to test it out. But actually, I could probably just look at it now. But there's always something. I don't know. It's like, yo, yo, what's it? What up, cuz? Good. I hear the spike too. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I don't know why is this spike on my mic. Now I don't even want to start this. Ah. I'm gonna try to fix this spike. Your mic is giving feedback. How do you stop that?
Pick your hero or
Where's the
villain. I'm
feedback
not
coming
judging.
from? I'm gonna try to fix it after this match. I won't talk too much because I know that feedback is annoying. Only when I talk, right? Test. Test it 1 2. Let me see. Test 1 2. Test.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Wait, hold up. Testing 1 2. Test. Test.
starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got
Oh
it?
shit.
You surface dwellers can't resist destroying yourselves, can you?
How do I switch?
Ty and I create equilibrium. When it gets
See
disturbed,
if it's a cable issue. But I have to do it after this match because it started up before I can get out. But I'm gonna check after this. Yo, Anti's gaming, what up?
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
How refreshing!
my time to shine.
Capture the mission area!
Thanks. I was worried. I suck.
Strong again!
Need some help.
Forgot how to play on a
My time to
controller.
shine. My time to shine.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Just some wisdom.
That is much better!
I'm back to shed some light.
I'm gonna fix this audio because I hate the spike so badly.
Thanks so much.
There has to be something to do to fix this.
You owe me one. My time to shine.
They've almost got it!
Fear Magneto!
Pulse charge, fire!
Lights out. How refreshing!
It's the grand finale!
Why? Why? Wait, why did you do that?
You owe me one.
Why are you over there with that? What?
Just embrace the light. Need some help. A nice deep freeze. Found one of our tricks. Thanks so much.
Judge, jury, executioner!
My time to shine.
Captured more than half of the mission area.
There's a spike to my audio when I speak. You can hear like there's a spiking out, or you can hear something is weird.
It's the world. I suck.
That's better.
Oh, that's a waste of help too.
This is real firepower!
It's a ringing, yeah, it's a ringing sound. Don't know why. I'm gonna check the chords first. After I check the chords, I'm gonna try maybe watching this video my friend sent me.
Before we
Just
had
check the
powers,
video,
we had each other. That
and then
bond
after
is
that-
unbreakable.
see where we go from there. But I hate that sound so much. You
30
hear, right?
seconds before you
Every time
attack.
I speak,
Get
it's a
ready.
weird sound. And this is a new mic, literally a new
You
mic.
humans boast about your
Don't know
cutting-edge
what I'm doing.
science, yet you understand less than 1% of what lies in the oceans.
Well, it makes it a bit hard to do research when every vessel we've sent out gets sunk by you, buddy.
The number of illegal mining and fishing
My
ships
volume was
used
turned
here is
down.
employed
Yeah,
in-
that's probably the only way you won't hear if,
Battle starts in
if it's
5,
turned down.
4,
But if you
3,
turn it
2,
normally,
1.
you'll hear it.
All you need to do is capture
That's
the
why I'm
mission
trying
area.
to talk like
Got it?
really softly and not so loud. Even then, that doesn't work.
I don't think that's the welcoming committee.
That is much better.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. You owe me one.
Help. So cold.
That put a spring in my step?
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
Imperious Rex!
Friday got that on video.
The mission area is yours.
We got a shield, Tandy.
That is much better.
Sound like the cord is the cord might be loose, some kind of weird feedback. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do it after this.
Enemies on
Are you
approach.
hardwired to your PC or Wi-Fi? You talking about with the mic or? Well, everything is hardwired to my PC. Like, internet, everything.
My time to shine.
Yeah, everything is hardwired.
Disappear! Us against the world! My time to
Pulse
shine.
charge, fire!
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
This is real firepower! Cosmic yarn. Is that like a string theory joke? I know flight strategy.
My time to shine.
That is much better. Judge, jury, executioner!
The area is almost yours.
Don't blink. All right, Ty. Now we really you owe me one. Disappear! Us against the world!
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
My time to shine. You owe me one. My time to shine.
That put a spring in my step?
A damn rat. All right. Are you your internet? Yeah. Okay. Hey, is there a way you can help me with this sound though? You think? Let me see. I'm gonna send it to myself so we can all watch it together. Hold on. Because
Without Ty,
you never
I
know.
wouldn't know
This
the
could be a
real power
learning
of the
lesson
light
for you
force.
guys as well. Because you might have to deal with this issue one day. God forbid you do, but you might
30 seconds before you
encounter this
attack.
issue. So
Get
let me
ready.
go and send it to myself so we can all
We
watch
really
it.
should be in the lab.
Well, I do my best lab work after I've been fighting bad guys. You should try it.
Guess I'm not going to have a choice.
we won't run away anymore.
But there's always something with the
The
computer.
battle starts in 5.
At least
4,
this old ass
3,
computer.
2, 1.
Jay Hill, what up, man?
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
What's up? What's up?
Some may call this entanglement chaos. I only see opportunities. Our foes draw near.
Lights out. My time to shine.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Much better.
Your god is suffering.
Lights out.
Capture the mission area.
My time to shine.
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
Ah.
I'll get you next time.
This spot concerns us.
Man, I can't move up with y'all. Go ahead.
We've got trouble.
Pulse charge, fire!
But he missed. Oh my God, how you missed?
Us against the world. Disappear.
And dangerous! Again!
Halfway point. Us against the world.
Lights out.
My time to shine.
Bogey's coming up behind.
Shields up.
Lights out.
Enemy located. Our opponents have been here.
Another one gone.
Almost got it. Shields are down.
Control seized.
Thanks. Another fearsome foe.
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
Where am I? Enemy located.
Let's pop back up under their noses.
My time to shine.
Us against the world.
Much better.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Dark Force dimension.
My time to shine.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
The hard way.
Armed and dangerous!
Us against the world.
Spring my step.
Lights out. Light.
Double KO.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
What am I?
You play Cyberpunk? Yeah, I started. I haven't started back up since my last stream, but I will though.
Enemy located. Feeling fantastic. Everybody disappear.
Oh shit.
Lights out.
My time to shine.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Shields up.
Enemies help.
It's clobbering time!
Double KO.
Another one gone. Go.
Over here.
That's a bad job. Thanks.
My time to shine.
Wow, we won that. I can't believe that. All right. All right, let's see if we can fix this audio because
Another epic victory! Big win!
Me? Whoa. Oh my, I didn't even know. I thought I. How did I get MVP though? 26 and that's weird. I'll take it. About time. Give healers their prop. All right, let's see. Wait. Hold on, let me let them know. Was I talking in the game? Oh. Hey, Kakarot, give me a second. I'm trying to fix the my mic because it is giving like a weird feedback or a spike, and I'm trying to fix that. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to fix that real quick before I continue. Nah, it's just no matter what it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to fix that real quick. So y'all can keep running it. I'm gonna just be on stream, but I'm gonna try to fix it. All right, bet. Let me do this. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can do, chat. All right, first thing we're gonna try to do to fix this audio. Let me see if I can still hear it. You guys still hear the audio? Let me see. Yeah, okay, I can still see it. Test. All right, so all right, so first step. Whoa. Test 1, 2. Test. Okay. We're gonna unplug and replug everything first. Let's see if that works. Test. Test. All right. Still there. Test 1, 2. Test. Wait, what is this? Where does this go? Okay, let me try this one real quick. If it's new, maybe the mic has a short. It might be the plug.
Before we get started though, I'm going to assume that you have a stand or a boom arm or something so that you can get your microphone close to your mouth, because without that it's going to sound terrible and pick up all of the room sound and just not be very good. So these settings won't really matter if your microphone isn't set up correctly first. Okay, so let's get started.
All right. Right, A.
To making our SM7B sound good with the Go XLR. And obviously, to make things a little bit easier when I'm trying to explain volume and decibels and stuff, I've added in an audio mixer on top of the actual software here, so you can kind of see what I'm saying when I say it. So first things first, we have to set up our microphone gain, because if we don't set that up correctly, all the other effects and stuff we put on this microphone is just going to sound terrible. So to do that, you need to press the mic setup, and then as soon as I press that, it's probably going to get quieter, because now there's no effects on this microphone at all. It's literally just a bland flat microphone, and all you can hear is the gain. So to set up the SM7B, you're going to have this as a dynamic, unless you have a cloud lifter or something, then you'll probably need a condenser instead. But if you don't have a cloud lifter, you're going to need just this dynamic mic type, and then set your gain. I have mine at 50 decibels. This microphone is very gain hungry, and a lot of people will tell you you need 55, 60, even more sometimes, just to get it in this like good area. However, I tried this, and obviously the Go XLR is supposed to have up to 70 decibels of gain or preamp power or whatever you want to call it, but for some reason when I had it set correctly so that it was like in the 55 60s, I wanted to get in the good range, so like 58 I guess is around where it should be. 58 or so would be the correct volume, but when I added in the compressor and stuff, it was still clipping, still peaking, it just didn't sound very good for me. So the way that I like to do it is have my gain slightly less in this area and then boost it up with the compressor later on. So my gain settings in here are actually around 50. I like to have it at the very high of low or very low good. So try and get your voice around there, but I'm going to go for this 50 decibels, and hopefully everything else sounds good by the end of it. Next, we're doing our gate, which is obviously the noise gate to help cut out any backgrounds. This is going to be kind of individual and subjective depending on your location, what your microphone sounds like, how loud your house is or where you live or whatever, or even how loud you speak. And the way that we're going to do that is basically just turn the gate.
All right, gates. Let's see. How do I get to the gates? Oh. No, I click on the wrong thingy. Dodo, what up, bro?
Before we get started though, very gain volume, but when I added it. Next, we're doing our gate, which is obviously the noise gate to help cut out any backgrounds. This is going to be kind of individual and subjective depending on your location, what your microphone sounds like, how loud your house is or where you live or whatever, or even how loud you speak. And the way that we're going to do that is basically just turn the gate off.
Okay, gate. Turn that off. How's it sound? I'm still spiking? I gotta just check. Yeah, it's still spiking.
Effectively, and then that allows us to actually figure out what level we should have the gate set at, because obviously the gate is supposed to cut out any background noise or at least any noise when you're not speaking. And the best way to do that is if you stop speaking for a few seconds, look at your audio meters, which are obviously here, and then see how loud your background noise is. So let's do that. And as you can hear, or at least see, my background noise is like minus 55, minus 50-ish on my meters. So that way, I know that my gate should be around minus 50, minus 45 or so. So I'm going to put my gate at like minus 50. And then the attenuation is effectively how open or closed the gate is once it hits this number. 100% means it's completely closed. No audio is coming through whatsoever. I don't like this. Some people do, but I don't like the fact that it's on, off, and like a switch. And I find that very unnatural sometimes, especially on how strong this like gate is and stuff. So I like to have the attenuation a little bit lower. I put mine at like 85%, so I get a little bit of noise, and it's more organic or natural feeling to my ears, at least anyway. But feel free to have it 100 if you like it that, or if you have a lot of background noise going on, have it completely closed off. But for me, I like it at 85%. Attack
Test.
as quick as possible. So as soon as I start speaking, I want this gate to open effectively and start
Test
working.
1, 2,
and then release is the opposite of that. I want a slower.
Let me see. Test 1. Nope, still there. Okay, keep going.
Fade out though. So release is how long it takes to engage the gate once I've stopped speaking. So I have mine at like 200 milliseconds, so it's a very quick-ish, but still a fade out compared to how quickly it opens. Next, we're going to move on to our compressor, and honestly, I like to do my compressor before doing
Compressor. Okay. Compressor right here.
my equalizer, mostly because the compressor is kind of going to change the sound of your voice. It compresses things down and makes it sound more balanced and a little bit more flat sometimes. And then
from what I see, it's the Go XR. Okay, so should I just go into your Reddit post that you sent, or should I just finish this first, then go into that?
I can use the equalizer to add in any frequencies that I think are missing or things that just don't sound right later on. I like to have a relatively strong compressor. I like to sound like I'm on a radio show where things sound very obviously compressed, flat, balanced, and there's going to be no real difference between whether I whisper like this or if I shout like this. The volume is kind of going to stay the same. So for my compressor,
so you said make sure it's not close to any other cables and check the power supply. You mean my mic? You talking about like my mic cord? Make sure it's not close to any other cables. This might be a little bit impossible. The power supply, the Go XR cables. I mean, I'll show you, but it's almost impossible if I can pull it up. This is literally the cable. This is the cable for this mic. There's nothing. That's it. Try you using USB. So I don't have these cords. You see how these are? These are the cords. It is a very thick cord that runs all the way here and like back. Like I don't have another one of this cable. I might have to. I think I'm gonna buy another one. I think what I need to do is buy a different cord. See, it might just be the cord itself. But let me check out everything first. From what I'm reading, is a common problem with this mic. Oh, really? Oh, wait, let me see. I'm gonna look at your article. I'm gonna pull it up once I finish this video.
So I have my threshold at minus 25 decibels, ratio at 5.6 to 1, attack at 2 milliseconds, so it starts very quickly, obviously, and then release at 25 milliseconds. And makeup gain is kind of going to be custom for you. So if I remove this makeup gain right now, obviously it's now going to sound quieter, which I'll boost up in post so you can actually hear what I'm saying. But the idea of makeup gain is once you've compressed the high, like, audio down so it is compressed and flat, you then want to bring it all back up with the makeup gain, and you want it to be set around minus 12 decibels. So you're aiming for this line here on your meters between minus 15 and minus 10, around this area here. So for me, that's going to be like 10 decibels of makeup gain, and as you can see, it's
so make sure that XLR cable and the mic isn't near the power source, it'll pick up the interface. So what is that XLR cable and the mic isn't near the power source? Oh, okay. So this is the cord I just showed you right here on screen, LXR card. So you say make sure the XLR cable and the mic isn't near the power source. So which one is the power source? Is it the Go LXR? Because like I said, this LXR cord runs make sure it's not running near the power source. Okay, wait 1 second. Let me finish this video real quick.
It's now hitting just underneath the peak, like average speaking voice of me here is like -11, -12 decibels or so.
That's
and that for me sounds
issue,
good.
huh?
And then later on in OBS, I can add other filters like a limiter and a little bit of extra gain and stuff to get it to that -5. So I don't peak, don't clip or whatever when I'm live. But for you, just play around with this makeup gain so you hit around -12 on these meters. Obviously next we're going to be doing the equalizer, which is going to be the thing that changes the sound of this microphone the most. But something I want to say first is obviously on the back of the SM7B there's 2 switches. For me, I keep them flat, don't change those things.
It's a power issue. I'm wondering, so the power issue, so like you meaning, are you referring to like the back of the Go LXR? Yeah, it's a power issue. It's not getting enough power from the Go LXR. Oh, the mic, the cord is not getting enough. So you said I need a cloud lifter to get rid of the noise and raise the noise. Where do I get that from? Testing one. Yeah, it's like the more I play with it, the worse it gets. Testing 1, 2. So you need a cloud lifter. Should I get a different LXR cable?
Obviously you can if you know exactly what you're doing, but the majority of people keep this flat. When it comes to the SM7B, obviously it's a very dark microphone, and by dark I mean it's very bass heavy. It doesn't have a lot of clarity and it lacks a lot of that top end that you might want to have in, and that was one of the issues I was having, because in my brain I was like, this is very bass heavy, so my old equalizer would often remove a lot of the bass around here to try and counteract that, and it just made everything sound very flat and had no good sound in there at all. So instead, this time around, I kind of keep the bass in, but add in a lot of the treble and clarity up at the high end instead to get this more like professional sound that you're hearing now. So for my equalizer, obviously, this down here at like 30 hertz is sub bass. It's stuff.
Equalizer. Where's the equalizer? Okay. Sent you a link. All right. So do I need? Wait, what? Do I have that already? All right, let me see. What? So, okay. All right, I got the link from you, Jazz. 1 second, let me see something. Test, 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 test. Nah, still bad. Okay.
That you don't really hear that often, or even human voices don't often go that low. So I remove a bit of it because when a microphone is obviously picking up sound.
Okay, 1 second. Casey, what's up? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to fix the audio, so this is why I stick to USB mics. I might have to get a new mic.
And stuff. Things
Equalizer. Okay, so this part. Let's see
It's in the background, like air conditioning, fridges, maybe some fans or whatever, I don't know, are going to be in this kind of area. So I remove a little bit of this because my voice isn't that bassy. It's not going to be heard down there. So I put that at -2. And then in the actual bass, I like to increase it a little bit. So I have both of these at 4 at like, so at 63 hertz and 125 hertz, 4 plus 4 for both of those, which is great. And that adds a little bit of that bassness back in that everyone seems to like. So for me personally, I like to scoop out the mids on this microphone, which is a very common thing that a lot of people do in the EQ anyway. But
so 4 -2 0 0 125 250.
a lot of the audio around there is going to be very muddy and just not sound very good if you leave it in. So for me, around 250 hertz and 0.5 or 500 hertz,
250.
whatever you want to call it, is -2 for both of those. And then at 1 kilohertz and 2 kilohertz, which is heading towards that like nasally sound, which isn't going to sound good either. I kind of leave that flat, because if you start increasing your like frequencies here, you're going to add in a lot of that nasally sound, which is definitely not something you want to listen to for a long time, especially on a live stream. And finally, we're actually at the treble section of the EQ now. And as I said earlier on, this microphone is very dark and lacks a lot of clarity and power and stuff that cuts through other audio. So adding things back in at like 4 kilohertz, 8 kilohertz, and 16 really brings your voice to the forefront of the sound and ends up making it sound a lot more clear. Usually, if you add this much treble into another microphone, especially like a condenser one, it will sound terrible and probably pick up way too many like S sounds and stuff and be very harsh to listen to. So for me, with the SM7B at 4 kilohertz, I add in 3, and then at 8 kilohertz, I add in 6, and then at 16, I add in 6. And as you can hear, once you have all of this equalizer set up and all of the things done the way that I have, at least on my voice, I think it sounds very good. So it has enough bass and clarity to sound professional for a long period of time. And when it comes to the Go XLR and setting up your microphone, there's only really one thing left to do, which some of you might not have if you have a Go XLR Mini. But if you have a full-size Go XLR, you get a de-esser, which is the thing that removes a lot of the S sounds from your voice. However, as I explained earlier on, this microphone was very dark, so I had to add in that clarity at the top end. So I added a lot back in at 16 hertz again on this equalizer. So the de-esser, you don't want to have on very strong, if at all, because obviously adding in the de-esser is going to counteract the treble that you've just added in, and it's just going to be kind of a waste of time. So for my de-esser, I have very low. I only really have it at like 20, maybe 30 at the max, but 20 is fine, because without it, this is kind of what it sounds like. But then if I go up at like 20 or so, I'm removing a lot of that like harsh S sounds. If you go very high and all the way to 100, it just removes everything, and you end up sounding a little bit like you have a lisp, because it just removes a lot of that like top end and S sounds, which do add to your actual clarity and your voice cutting through other things. So de-esser, have it as low as possible, preferably off, or just kind of at like 10 or 20 or so if you do have a lot of that harshness in the top end of your voice. And if you set up this all correctly, hopefully you would have gone for something that sounds very flat and boring, kind of like this, to something a little bit more exciting and professional sounding like this instead. Obviously your voice is a little bit different to mine, unless you happen to be English and Northern as well, but obviously feel free to play around with the equalizer a little bit once this is all done, because your voice is going to have different frequencies to mine. You might have more bass, less bass, more treble, more nasally than me, who knows, but play around with it and hopefully you can find a right sound for you. Anyway, hopefully this video was useful for you and actually have a microphone that you're happy with the sound now. But if you want to learn more about content creation and streaming and stuff, check out these videos wherever they are. I always forget, and I will see you all in the next one.
Okay. Wait, hold up. Shroud and P7B Golex or mini buzzing sound. There's a real big buzzing sound when I speak onto the mic. If I remove the noise gate, it's there constantly. This buzzing sound never used to be there, or at least it wasn't nearly as loud. But all of a sudden, the buzzing has started and don't know why. With the noise gate, it goes away, but you can't hear it for a bit and it stops speaking. So troubleshooting 101, is the noise recorded? Is the noise recorded, or do you have only your headphones off the mic, off the microphone, go away, off the Golex, a cable, the sound go away. If the noise remains, the source is likely to go Golex. So if it goes away at any point, the source is the last thing you can remove. All right, so uh, uh, before you buy that, though, check your mic app. Condenser. Wait, hold up. Before you go, wait, hold up. How bad, chat? I know this is not like the most exciting thing to watch, but I'm trying to fix this audio thing. I don't know where the condenser at. All right, so on the bottom left, it said at the bottom left side of the screen under mic profile, you'll see Dual XR condenser. Yes. Test, test, test. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay. Turn on that damn video. I don't know what video you're talking about. Oh, okay. All right, hold on, hold on. I'm about to put it on right now.
What's going on today, YouTube? I have a bit of a tech advice video for something that I was having an issue with that I did not find anything as far as being able to get any sort of help or assistance on, that just sort of had to try and work on my own just to see if anything of it would work. And not sure if anybody else out there was having this issue, but the issue that I was having was I used the Shure SM7B and I have a Go XLR Mini. Well, the Go XLR Mini is just a USB audio interface instead of it having the power plug grounding like the full-size Go XLR does. This one just plugs directly into your computer, and then that's the only way that you use it. Well, what I was coming to realize was when I was only using my setup, I wasn't having any sort of interference whatsoever. But whenever my fiance would turn on her computer or anything of the sort, because of the RGB from it, it was causing RGB haptic feedback, or depending on the color inside of my own computer, whether it was blue or purple or whatever I decided to change the RGB to, it was affecting the haptic feedback in the microphone. So after adjusting and trying with different settings in the microphone and all that type of stuff, there was only one tip that I had seen that made sense, and it was some old Reddit line that was about how there wasn't enough, or there is enough, but because it was being forced too high, the gain amount was causing the haptic feedback. So what I decided to use and did research about and found is this right here. It is a Triton Audio FET head. It comes in this container. Basically all it is it's a inline preamplifier, and it adds an additional 25 dB to the amount of audio. So when I would go into my Go XLR settings and I had my microphone stuff set up, when I was getting my microphone stuff set up, this number, oh, that's the other thing, is this does require volts to use. So you do need to use the condenser plus 48 volts option for it to work. But when
Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. You need a preamplifier. Did you send that? Is that what you sent me? Let me go back to this kind of video.
when I had it just on dynamic microphone, since the SM7B is just a regular dynamic microphone, the gain was all the way up to about 60. And I believe that's where it was sitting at comfortably. Whereas now, as you can see, talking normally and just talking into the microphone as you usually would with a normal voice tone, as you can see, I'm sitting right at 30 decibels. And I figured out that doing that and then adjusting some of my other settings to where, you know, my threshold wasn't as high, and I was able to then, or should I say this gate threshold wasn't as, or isn't as high, having that at 45 and then going over into the compressor settings. I put this at -15 and then I put the makeup gain at 8, and now I'm not having any sort of those issues, whether it's from my own computer or whether it's my fiance's computer or her Go XLR because she has the full size one, or her keyboard or my keyboard or my mouse or anything that has RGB on it. None of it is causing issues anymore. And I never thought that using an inline preamp was going to be the fix for it. So basically the way that it works is this just plugs into the base of the microphone, actually where your typical XLR cable would plug into, and then you just plug in the XLR cable into the other end of that. And then when you go into your microphone setup in your Go XLR, that's when you would change it to the plus 45 volts or 47 volts, whatever it was. And then it alters the microphone, and then you can continue to use it as needed. And I definitely have noticed the sound quality. Granted, I've only done this like 3 or 4 days ago. The sound quality is totally different. To me, it sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot more full, sounds a lot more true, rather than it being where it was before, where it felt like it was sort of being pushed to its limit with the amount of gain that was being put on the microphone. So it sounded kind of strained a little bit. Ever since I swapped over to using this, definitely recommend it. So again, just basic way of setting it up is you take your Go XLR cable, and obviously you'll just plug it into the back of the Go XLR, run your cable up if you have a microphone arm or desk mount, whatever it is that you have for your microphone. And then you'll take your Go XLR cable, you'll plug it into the base of the FET head. So there's the two ends, and you'll take the female end of the XLR cable. You'll take the female end of the XLR cable, plug it into the male end of the FET head, and then you'll take the female end of the FET head and plug that directly into your microphone. And then once you do that, you go in, adjust your settings, and then turns out sounding as it should. And then you won't have any more of the, whether it be static interference, RGB interference, anything of the sort, because I've never had the issue before and I didn't know what was going on. So I thought my XLR cable was bad. I thought the Go XLR itself was going bad. You know, I thought there were so many other issues that were happening, when in reality the microphone was just being pushed too much to its end because the gain wasn't compensating enough for what it was needing to do. So that was my fix for it. Not sure if that will help you guys or not. I haven't had any issues. Again, like I said, I've only been using it for 3 or 4 days with this setup now, and things still continue to be working properly. I've been streaming with it, I've been recording other videos, doing all that stuff, and the audio quality sounds great. And in my opinion, I'm going to keep it this way regardless of whatever setup or other Go XLR cable that I end up using, or if I swap over to the full size Go XLR, whatever. I'm still going to keep this setup just because it's comfortable and I know it's going to work and I'm not going to have any sort of issues with it. So leave any comments below if it did wind up helping you, and I will post down in the description the link to this FET head. There might be a fill-in option because I did have to buy this on eBay. I could not find it on Amazon, or if there was a link to it on Amazon, it was like out of stock or it wasn't being refilled anytime soon. Leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night, good day, good morning, whatever time of day it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. What's going on today, YouTube?
What is happening? Testing 1 2. it just keeps getting worse the more I keep playing with it. Boy. All right, I might have to it could just be as simple as a RGP in the back or the PC power causing the interference. It's just like, what do I do to figure this out? So which one do I buy? Do I buy the first one or the second one? I have to get a preamp. That's the second link that you sent me. Is it saying that he had? Okay. So what about the first one? Oh, the first one is the same thing but a different brand. Okay. Lady Soul, what up? Okay, let me. It's the same one. Yeah, let me go ahead and just get that. Damn, that thing is expensive. $75 for that little thing? Wow. Uh, Inline Microsoft preamp. Wait, let me see. The first one you need 2 cables. The second one is easier setup. All right, so I'll just get that one. So this one, right? It's the one I need. Okay. Let me just go ahead and get that and then see. Chat, I might have to end the stream because this audio is really bad and it's getting worse as I keep messing around. So wait, hold on. It sounds like you have a voice changer effect. Nah, it's just bad feedback, and it gets worse every time I stream. Let me see. Test 1, 2. Like I can hear it. Can you hear that buzzing sound? It's mad annoying. You don't hear that buzzing sound. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, it's interference in the room. So will it fix it? Will it fix the interference if I get that fathead? All right, I'm gonna just order it real quick. Um, all right, just order it. So it should be here by Wednesday though. He said yes. How do you know these stuff? How do you know? Yo, Spaz out, what up? How you doing? What happened to your old mic? I have it somewhere locked. I just put it up, but it wasn't working. It started giving me problems as well, so I had to get a new one. And this was working actually pretty good when I first started. When I first had this mic, it was really good. It sounded like a radio station. Now over time, it just started acting up, and so. Um, get this sorted out for you guys by the time I stream again. That's only a day away. Nah, it's too long though. I want to stream like tomorrow and then Wednesday. Shit sound like you sick. I sound sick. Oh my gosh, I do sound sick. Wow. I sound like I got a damn. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. The way it's messing you up, yeah, it sound like you've been crying. I'm weak. Hey man, and she broke up with me, man. My heart hurts, man. Sound like I'm crying. Okay. You can't do nothing about this, y'all. So I'm really sorry that this mic is acting up. We done tried everything. No, don't be concerned. I'm sorry I couldn't give you guys a decent stream. So I'm not gonna continue with this mic because it's mad annoying to me. So I know it can only be annoying to y'all. So I will be back, I think Wednesday, when my fat head gets back or arrive here, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, it took the bass out. If it doesn't work, what's my other option? It has to work. Like, oh my God, it sounds so terrible. This is insane how bad I sound. Just test me, we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. It was fine earlier. Yeah, and it gets what changed? Bro, nothing. I don't even know. We changed the let me see. I know. Can you guys hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. My mic is terrible. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. What? Get Dubs in here, fix it right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, dog. I really do not know. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Now I can hear Bella in the background. I have not tried restarting entirely, but I, let me try. Let me just try one more time. I'm gonna restart my computer. Maybe you need to like reset a little bit so it can go back to at least normal. But if not, I'm gonna just end the stream tonight after I reboot and then just come back on Friday. I know I sound weird right now. Sorry. So one second, I'm gonna do a